Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation is Gaudi Mahalla Pehla. Janam Marai Trai Hitkar, Chare Bed Kathain Akar, Tini Avastha Kahe Vakhyan, Turi Avastha Satguru Te Har Jaan, राम भगत गुर सेवा तरना, बहुड़ जन्म न होए है मरना रहाओ। चार पदार्थ कहे सब कोई, सिमरत शास्त्र पंडित मुख सोई। बिन गुर अर्थ विचार न पाया, मुक्त पदार्थ भगत हर पाया। चाके हृदय वसया हर सोई, गुरमुख भगत प्राप्त होई। हर की भगत मुक्ति आनंद, गुरमत पाए परमानंद। जिन पाया गुर देख दिखाया, आसा माहे निरास बुझाया। दीना नाथ सर्ब सुख दाता, नानक हर चरनी मन राता। In this passage, the Guru is talking about settling the mind in order to achieve what has been referred to as Ture Avastha, the fourth dimension, or the state, the fourth state. So we have to understand somewhat what are the other three states. So he begins this passage by saying, Janam Marai Trai Hitkar, having come into existence. Janam, because the word Janam has a vowel indicating that it is to be read as an adverb. So Janam Marai means having come into existence, we fall in love and lose ourselves to the triad of three qualities. Trai Guna Hitkar. It speaks about the three qualities, and we'll talk a little bit about those in a minute. Chare Ved Kathai Akar. The four Veds talk of the world of forms. Teni Avastha Kahe Vakhyan. They mention and describe the three states. Turi Avastha Satgur Te Jaan. But the fourth state is known from the Satgur. So here there is a clear hint that the goal is Turi Avastha, for which we need to understand how the three states affect us and what indeed are these three states. So Triguni refers to, a gun means a strand. These are three strands or primary qualities of cosmic existence. In Indian thought, it is believed that cosmic existence, Prakriti as it is called, or Maya, is composed of three primary qualities. And these are named Sattva, which is the quality or principle of lucidity, Rajas, or the principle of dynamism, action, force, and Tamas is the principle of inertia. So things are either at rest, or they are moving, or they're in a state of balance. So, and these three qualities are in an endless cycle of combination and permutation. That's constant. It's wave-like. They're running into each other and creating forms. And these three qualities give rise to the ever-changing world of phenomena. And that is what influences the mind. The mind moves up and down like these qualities combine and permutate. We want to make a note here that the term sattva also carries different connotations depending on the context. It can signify balance, it can signify the truth, and it can also signify sahaj or equanimity, equipoise. So we should read this passage to say that we find the manifest world a place to die for because of the seductive influence of the three primary qualities, sato, rajo, tamo. And Vedic knowledge, or knowledge in general, speaks of the world of forms and the three states of consciousness, which are Jagrat, wakefulness, Supan, or dream, and Sakhopat, which is a dream-like state in the middle. But it is only the true enlightener, the Satgur, the principle of knowledge innate in us, that can guide us to step beyond the influence of these qualities into a state of transcendence, which is called Turiyavastha. And then in the central message here, the Guru says, Ram Bhagat Guru Seva Tarna Baur Janam Na Hoye Hai Marna. Devotion to the Ram self is learnt by serving the Gur. Only then does one swim across. Rebirth ceases, nor does death occur. So we have to understand what is being meant here, what is being said here, what does it mean? What are we swimming across, and what is this rebirth that happens constantly in a cycle? So really what is being said is that to reach the self-realized state of consciousness, the Turi Avastha, which is also called Ram, apprenticeship to the Gur or Sadgur is indispensable. Now, the word Gur also means method or technique, which implies that proper method must be deployed to achieve any desired end. And in the initial verse that we considered, it hinted at the inadequacy of scriptural texts to help us achieve that state of transcendence. And the manifest world, as we have noted, is ever shifting, it's ever changing, and causes the mind to be in a state of perpetual oscillation between different moods, emotions, feelings that come and go, come back again. You may have noticed this in your own mind. Throughout the course of a day, the mind flips between different moods and feelings many, many, many times. So in other words, it's the mind that is constantly dying and being reborn. This is the cycle that is being referred to and lies at the root of our angst. And it is this anxiety that the Guru addresses. So what happens is, through Guru guidance, when the state of Turi Avastha is achieved, the constant fluctuations of the fragmented mind stop. And the Guru goes on to talk about Char Padarth Kahe Sab Koi. Char with a vowel. The purpose, the highest purpose, meaning of life. What is it? Char Padarth Kahe Sab Koi. Now, Char Padarth has often been translated as the four desires or the four substances or the four outcomes, but Char also means the highest, the supreme, the good. Here, in the context here, we have to treat it as the beautiful, the highest purpose, because in the next line it says bin gur arth bichar na hoy. So and arth here is singular. So char must mean supreme, not four, because they are being placed against one another. So the Guru says everyone talks of the highest purpose or meaning of life. Char padarth kahe sab koi. The learned, the pandit, who read the scriptures, the Simritis and the Shastras, Mukha Soe, even they are saying the same thing. They're all seeking what the highest purpose is. But Guru Nanak says, Bin Gur Arth Bichar na paya. Without the Gur enlightener, the purpose is not understood, cannot be grasped. Mokat Padarth Bhagat Har Paya, the gift of freedom, here he's hinting at what the purpose is obtained by devotion to the self. Mukta Padarth Bhagat Har Paya. Jaake Hirday Vasya Har Soi, Gurmukh Bhagat Parapat Hoi. In whose heart dwells the self through the teachings of the Gur Enlightener, in that heart is found bliss. Through Gurmat, the Guru wisdom, or transcendence, because transcendence is a state of bliss that is found. And in the end, Jin Paya Guru Dekh Dikhaya, the method of the Guru is tried and tested. Dekh Dikhaya, certified. Asa Mahe Niras Bujaya, here Guruji is hinting at what that method is. It is by coloring the mind with self-knowledge while remaining steadfast in a state of equanimity is the fourth dimension achieved. Bujaya. He calls it Bujaya. It's not cognitively grasped, but intuitively achieved. Asa Mahe Niras Bujaya. Dina Nath Sarv Sukhadata, Nanak Har Charni Manarata. So through self-knowledge, the mind becomes colored, achieves that transcendence, is freed from constant fluctuations. And there the realization dawns that the Master, the Supreme Creator, looks after its creation and is the source of all happiness. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.